Thank you so much for taking this time out to listen. Today, I titled this message, Where Do You Find Good Resources for Housing? Where do you find good resources for housing? Even though the time frame in terms of paying rent has been extended and folks are not faced with evictions, there is going to come a point where the collector is going to come around to collect. If you're able to just go ahead and find a place sooner rather than later, good for you. If you're able to create a payment plan for your existing housing, that's awesome. But there will be a time, and I see it in the spirit, where there is going to be this push to get as much money as you possibly can from renters. And when they do this sort of thing, it's not going to be in a nice and friendly and respectful manner at some of these communities, okay? In the spiritual realm, the Lord is saying that greed is going to be the drive because the stock market takes a dive, that there will be those individuals fearful of losing all that they have worked so hard to build up, and that these business owners and investors are going to lower the hammer on some of those who are in middle management on getting your people to get my money. Ultimately, that's what it boils down to. So for those individuals who, when this time comes, you don't want to be stuck without a place to stay. And for some of you all, you've been freed out of toxic environments. You definitely don't want to go back. And others, you don't want to be reconciling with toxic spouses or lovers because you simply need a place to stay. So some things to start looking into early on. There is the unitedway.org. This is a community of resources to help with housing. I have personally recommended also the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army has been good about writing up checks for individuals to pay their rent. Okay, so they'll send the check directly to the landlord. There have been various churches who have used their benevolence funds to write checks to individuals in need of all sorts of things. So it would make sense to reach out to local churches because they may not be open to the public, but there are those individuals who are working in the offices, especially at the larger churches. Not so much the community churches, but the larger ones. They've got a full team of people. USA.gov has a variety of federal, state, and local housing programs that can help you find housing. Those of you all who took a significant dive in your wages because of COVID, if you do need housing assistance, and trust me, don't let pride and ego get in the way, you can contact HUDexchange.info. They have a list of local organizations that can help you get the housing that you need, or to get on a program that will help pay for your housing. Individuals who are homeless, because this sort of thing takes place for any number of reasons. Maybe there's a falling out with the roommate. Maybe police were called and there was abuse that took place, and now someone is trying to find a place to stay. You can get help if you are currently experiencing homelessness. It may not feel like it because you're at the hotel or you're temporarily staying with a friend, but you are indeed homeless. You can go to endhomelessness.org for county information, social service programs, things of that sort. If you need immediate assistance, there is a website called samhsa.gov, and you can take a look if you feel like you're at risk of being homeless. There are all sorts of benefits that are out here. Also, when it comes to living conditions and so forth, do take a look. Go to benefits.gov. This next website is one that I have personally recommended, and individuals have been able to get quite a bit of information. There's available resources and services at 211.org. That is the numbers 211.org, and these are essential needs. Okay, so there's a variety of resources there, not just housing. The National Coalition that deals with homelessness or emergency assistance, you can go to nationalhomeless.org. There are, once again, a variety of government programs and resources for hardship victims. You might see some things repeat itself on different websites, but you can go to this one, AmericanHopeResources.com, AmericanHopeResources.com. And for my friends in Texas, they do have a Texas 211, and that would be 211texas.org. And there's a list of housing choices. There's information for those with disabilities as well. Okay. Now, other information, and this is just bonus information for those of you all who might be going through your share of issues related to COVID or other things might have come up. Do look up what is available in the search engine locally. So if you have a legal matter or legal issue, you would put legal aid or legal services and then add your city or state. Catholic Charities has also been a help. Do put in your local city, state. Modest Needs, local city, state. And you can look at housing counseling centers and add your city, state, and housing authorities, your city, your state. Okay. So this is a short message, but I feel like there are those who you needed to get on the ball. Like yesterday, we're always talking about getting, toxic people out of your lives. Separation. We've talked about divorce. We've talked about a number of issues. And then there's always the person who comes through and says, well, I don't have this money, or I don't know how to go about getting these things done, because they're upset. They're angry quite naturally. And sometimes you don't think correctly when you're going through so much, you don't even have a plan. So this is a start. Once you go down this path, you're able to get the necessary resources to get free, to get gone, to move on. And that's what I want many of you all to do when you know that you just can't make it another day. So thank you. And thank you as always for supporting this channel. This is my way of giving back to those of you all during your time of need. So start researching. Please do check the description box for anything that might be of interest. You've been listening to YouTube NM Enterprise 7. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment. We do welcome giving on this channel, and thank you.